Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Now today I wanted to make a bit of a follow-up on a video I made last week, and that was the quickest experience rates in the game. A lot of people really like that. Now one common suggestion was try to find the quickest way to max in the count independent of how much money it costs, the viability of buying the items off the Grand Exchange, none of that as a factor, just what would be the pure quickest experience rates if you didn't have to worry about anything. So for today's video, I'm going to assume quite a few different things. The main ones are that you have, first, unlimited funding, so money is not an issue. 2, you are a robot or a superhuman and you can keep up these experience rates indefinitely until you hit your goal. 3, there is no Grand Exchange limitations. You can gather as many items as you need instantly from the Grand Exchange, and the market will be able to meet your demand regardless. Those are going to be the main assumptions. So anyway, let's go ahead and see how quick you can max in the count. If you didn't see the original video, I will leave a link in the description. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Now, to make this video a little bit more concise and not drag on so long, I'm going to be going about this in a bit of a different way. Pretty much what I want to do is start with the EHP to max, which if you don't know is the efficient hours played. And then I just want to see if I can reduce that further by introducing totally not viable training methods, but in our fictional world, they are going to work, and we're going to see how far we can get that number down. I think this will be a bit more interesting than going through every experience rate individually, adding it all up, because a lot of these methods I'm not even going to change because there weren't actually much quicker ways out there. Most of the things that were affected are from viable methods. Now to get a baseline, we need to go find the quickest time to max that is reasonable. And if we go onto Crystal Math Labs, that is shown for a main account at around 1500 hours. This is playing in the most efficient way possible. Yes, it may be possible to do this a bit quicker, but we're going to take 1500 as a baseline because it's nice and even, and realistically not many people are going to max quicker than that anyway. Okay, so we have 1500 hours. Now let's go ahead and introduce some new training methods. So we're going to start with the least amount of time saved and we're going to move up further. Now as I go through the video, if you have any other suggestions, let me know with a comment. I most likely didn't find every time save possible, so I'd be interested to know what other ones are out there. Okay, so a really quick time save is actually with prayer. Now prayer is a very quick training method, but from 0 to 70 is Dragon Bones, because it is the more reasonable method to do. Now at a Gilded Altar, Dragon Bones will give you 252 XP per bone, which is quite good. However, at level 1 you are actually able to bury Urg Bones, which give 490. Now this sounds really good, but it's actually not that much of a time save because 0 to 70 prayer doesn't take that long regardless. And from level 70 onwards, the quickest method, which is also the EHP method, is Superior Dragon Bones, which give actually more experience than the Urg Bone. But regardless, that is going to save us about 0.3 hours or around 20 minutes. However, that 20-minute time save is going to take you 1,506 Urg Bones or around 52 mil, so most likely not worth it. Okay, so next up here is construction, and construction is one of those skills that has a ton of different methods, and actually quite a few of them are better than EHP. However, I could only really get accurate experience rates for a couple of them because I wasn't really going to go ahead and invest hundreds and hundreds of mil just to go ahead and test this. Now the method I am talking about is crafting crystal thrones. Now crystal thrones is made with magic stones, and magic stones are extremely expensive. And magic stones are only ever sold by one shop, which means they are going to be expensive regardless. They're worth about 1 million each, and to make the crystal throne, it takes about 15 magic stones. However, you are going to be rewarded with 15,000 experience, which means per stone you're getting around 1,000 experience. Now the only drawback is you can only start doing this at level 95 construction, which means the time save is not going to be massive, but the cost investment will definitely be. So to get from level 95 to 99, which is going to be our time save, is actually only going to take 285 crystal thrones, which you're going to get done extremely quickly because crafting crystal thrones can get you 7.5 million experience an hour, which means it's going to take under an hour to get to 99 from 95. Precisely, actually about half an hour. However, making the 285 crystal thrones is going to take you 4.2 billion GP, which you're never going to see back. But that is going to actually save you 4.1 hours over EHP. Probably not worth it at that rate because that's not actually that much time saved. But like I said, once you had access to the magic stone as a construction material, you could start making marble lecterns at level 77. You could make greater magic cases. There's a ton of things you could make, but again, didn't have totally accurate experience rates for that. Okay, so now we have our very first pretty serious time save, and that is going to be with woodcutting and to some degree firemaking, because it's actually a combo method, and that is crafting infernal axes. Now there was a video made by Torvesta that showed him creating eternal boots, and he was getting an experience rate of 350k an hour, and eternal boots, infernal axes, infernal pickaxes, Bagasian boots, stuff like that are all made at a very similar rate. And he was getting 350k an hour, which means at a pretty high focus rate, you could get around 1,750 items made per hour. Now, what's really nice about infernal axes is that you can make them at a very low woodcutting level. You only actually need level 61 woodcutting. And the experience rate you're going to be getting is 350k an hour, which is quite a bit quicker than the next best EHP method, which means the chunk of time from level 61 to 99 is going to be at a rate of 350k an hour, and is actually going to save you 35.4 hours over the next best method, which is a huge time save. Keeping in mind that this creates an untradeable item which you cannot get back, which means that each one you make is a complete sunk investment. At around 2.6 mil each, that is going to cost you 167 billion GP, which is very expensive. And just in case anyone was interested, that is going to be actually about 13.1k per GP, so not very cost effective. However, this method actually has another part to it, because on top of getting 200 woodcutting experience per infernal axe you make, you're also going to get 350 firemaking experience, which means that for firemaking, that is going to be pretty much a zero time training method. So from level 85 to 99 is going to be no time involved, and that is going to save you an additional 14 hours, which is pretty good. So next up here is going to be smithing and mining, and there's actually kind of a few honorable mentions here for smithing, because there's actually quite a few items that give a substantial amount of smithing experience, which include making dragonfire shields, wyvern shields, and also the dragonfire ward. Now these could have the potential of giving you 1,000,000 experience in smithing an hour or more. However, as far as maxing as quickly as possible, this wasn't the best option. The best option was actually creating infernal pickaxes, and the main reason for that is because of the mining experience. Now, making an infernal pickaxe actually has no mining level requirement, which means you could start doing this at level 1. However, it does have a smithing level requirement of 85, so it is actually very similar to the infernal axe. However, we're going to be getting mining and smithing experience instead, which means we're going to get around 350k mining experience an hour and around 600k smithing experience. But as mining is a lot slower, that smithing experience is going to go above and beyond, so we don't really need to count it. So from level 1 to 99 mining at a rate of 350k mining experience an hour is going to take around 37.2 hours, which is a 94-hour time save, which is huge because mining is a very slow skill normally. Mining experience rates as per the Crystal Math Lab cap out at around 110 to 120k per hour, which means that is close to triple the experience rate, and right from level 1. And because mining experience rates start out very slow as well, this is going to be a massive experience boost. However, it is going to come at a incredulous cost, because making infernal pickaxes costs 8.5 mil each for both the dragon pick and the smoldering stone. And once again, it is not an untradeable item, which means that 8.5 mil is totally sunk. You're not getting it back. So from level 1 to 99, you're going to need 65,000 infernal pickaxes, or at a cost of 554 billion GP, which is really funny to think about. However, it also has the added benefit of saving you about 17 hours from your smithing grind as well. And finally, we actually have a runecrafting method, which I did touch upon briefly in my last video. But this is actually going to involve the largest time save over EHP, and that is because of the Cerberus boots. Specifically, we're going to go with Eternal boots because I think they are the cheapest. Now, similar to these other methods, you can actually get 350k runecrafting experience an hour, as well as 350,000 magic experience. However, since magic is already a zero-time method, we're not going to be saving any additional hours. So you can start making these boots at level 60, and to get to 99, it's going to take you around 64,000 Eternal boots. And as you can actually sell these back, they're only going to cost you around 100k or 113k each, which means to do this to 99, it'll actually only cost you around 7.3 bill, which is actually kind of reasonable. I would imagine someone would actually consider doing that if they could get the materials quickly enough, as that will actually save you 156 hours. The normal EHP for runecrafting is 202 hours, which means that is going to save you an incredible amount of time. So realistically, out of all of these, the one I would probably consider the most is probably runecrafting. 7.3 bill is a lot of money, but I mean, that is a pretty big time save. So we started off at the EHP time to max, which is 1495 hours. And after using all of the time saves from these methods, we are down to 1172 hours to max, which is a 323 hour time save, or about 2 weeks. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Once again, if you think I missed some methods, which I'm sure I did, let me know with a comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.